Hello, Eli. Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
yes. Thank y'all for having me. What's going on, y'all?
Nothing much. We're so glad to have you.
Oh,
Before we
I'm
jump
happy to
into
be here.
things, let me get into your introduction, okay?
Okay.
So our first guest is the ultimate performer and on his way to becoming worldwide. From being an actor, dancer, songwriter, and pop artist, he definitely has all the capabilities of being a future icon. Ladies, gentlemen, moon base, and all non-binary. Welcome to the Pink Clubhouse, Eli Liberty.
um, um, Thank y'all so much for having
Ooh.
me. What's
And the
up?
crowd goes up. What's up?
That was a beautiful intro. Thank you so much.
Much. Eli, welcome to the show. We're so glad to have you here with us. For those that don't know, could you tell us a little about yourself and your artistry?
All right. I am a rhythm and pop artist. Oh, well, my name is Eli Liberty. I'm from Chicago, born and raised. I'm a rhythm and pop artist. I pull my inspiration from a whole bunch of different genres. I grew up listening to R&B and pop music like Mariah Carey, Spice Girls, Michael Jackson, Janet, all of that. And yeah, I wanted to make sure that my live shows portray those of the greats as well. So I have a couple of EPs and I have two albums out. So yeah.
Like, we've listened to your music and I've seen your videos, so you'll get there. It's gonna be super amazing when you do.
Thank you. Very excited. And grateful that people enjoy it.
Eli, you grew up on the south side of Chicago, where your passion for performing emerged by often cast as the lead in high school musicals.
Mm.
How has this shaped you as a performer and an entertainer?
I feel like performing a musical is like you have to be spot on with everything that you're doing because you literally have one chance and one opportunity to get it right or wrong and leave an impression. So I feel like I transferred that over into my artistry with the way that I train myself. Singing this at the same time is not something that you see very often. And it's something that I take a lot of pride in that I'm able to do and that I'm able to do it well too. So it's definitely that, and then making sure that you're always professional no matter what's going on around you or anything, because anything can happen, like, and it can throw you off or it can throw like anybody off, and you just have to make sure you stay in the zone. So I feel like all that just ties in together and has helped my training and my performance and my showmanship.
Right. And you grew up listening to a wide variety of artists, like you mentioned. I know Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey. Definitely, those are two of my favorites. The Spice Girls and Sync, Spice Up Your Life, definitely. What was it about these artists that influenced you, and what have you learned from studying them, from their schools, their schools of music?
Everyone had different styles of music that were all able to touch me in some way. And whether it was the lyrical capability or whether it was the performance aspect, just how the voice sounded while they're performing live, or just the way that a live show was formed together and brought out to the fans. There's so many different things that have inspired me from growing up watching all of them.
Right.
And basically, I just wanted to really be the ultimate performer that can fuse all of these things together and give people a long lasting impression.
Well, what's your favorite thing about Mariah Carey?
Oh man, the lyrical prowess.
What's your
like
thing about my? I'm
sorry. What was that?
I'm gonna do a little speed bump here.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
The performance and the emotion, everything that you feel when you see him.
Janet.
Oh, really the same thing because it literally just girl version. But I've always gravitated to female artists a lot. So
Spice Up Your Life. What about them? What was that?
Everything they empowered, because they were okay. So I'm not a girl, but it was like the whole girl power movement and stuff. And It's like me growing up and feeling different anyway. It's kind of like that was my connection. I'm like, okay, like I'm not a girl, but I'm powerful
That's okay,
regardless.
because I get that. I feel the same about them.
Yeah.
I feel like empowerment.
But
Yeah, they were empowering so much.
right.
Eli, you're best known for your single "Just Fine" from your 2020 album, "He Cried Pink, Venus Born." Tell us about "Just Fine" and the concept for the video.
So Just Fine came from, essentially, I was in a period where I was very up and down and rocky. And yeah, I had to find like the most positive outlook for everything that I had going on. And that's really how Just Fine came to be, because it's like no matter what you're going through, just always know that you're going to be just fine. You're going to wind up being just fine. So that's where that came from. The concept for the video essentially was Panda Bay, and for everyone who doesn't know what Panda Bay is essentially my love interest throughout the He Cried Pink series, and that panda represents just love in general. I didn't want to put a guy per se. I didn't want to have a girl love interest per se. So I was like, okay, so let's represent love as a panda because I love pandas. So yeah, and then
I love the panda too. But I was
Yeah.
like, it's giving bestiality, but I'm just joking.
That was not the intention. It wasn't the
No,
intention.
it was super cute. I love the video.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
our guest coming up, J. Brown, he's into he has a teddy bear that he carries around too. So there's some kind of bear connection going on here today. So
Yeah.
maybe
they love the bears.
Maybe I'm usually the teddy bear, but maybe I need one. I don't know.
Yeah, bears are lovely. So yeah, Panda Bay winds up kidnapping me and taking me to a very far away land, essentially, all inside of the lore of He Cried Pink. Essentially, that's a whole different story. But yeah, during the kidnapping, I'm telling myself that it's gonna be just fine. I'll be okay. I'll make it out, and yeah.
Okay, and the furries are apparently here. They said a gay furry. Now, much like the Beehive and the Bar, your supporters have started to call themselves the Moon Bays, which references is your first project, Cry for the Moon. How does it make you feel to have this kind of support for your artistry?
It feels amazing because it's literally something that a lot of people just dream of. So like, I'm so grateful for the Moon Bay so much. I literally tell them that all the time, as often as I can. And, you know, it really is crazy that they did name themselves, because I was like literally asking like, hey, what would y'all want to be called? And Moonbase was not any of my choices that I put out. And they were just like, we want to be the Moonbase. I'm like, okay. So even having that connection with them where it's like, no, we want this, and being able to give it back to them, that makes me feel really good as well.
What was one of the other names?
One of them was called The Liberators.
Okay. I like Moonbase better.
Yeah. Moonbase, definitely.
And they did too. So yeah, I'm glad Moonbase won, because it could have been a whole different thing.
Eli, in 2022, you began an anti-bullying campaign with the release of your single titled "Odds." Have you ever experienced bullying? Tell us about the single "Odds" and how important was it for you to start this campaign?
Yeah, I mean, I've been bullied since like grade school. Like, I literally have been bullied since grade school. I still remember my first bully's name, who shall not be named at this moment. But yeah, like I was bullied pretty heavy all the way up through high school. So yeah, I have a very deep connection with bullying, and with Odds, it basically got to a point where I was realizing that I was around the same type of person, like the same type of negative energy, like all the time. But in different people instead of like all the same person. So it was like, you know, just with the first line is like, I got away from you just to find you again in different faces. What are the odds? So it's like you run into these same type of people all the time. And then it's kind of like a question of like, you know, what is going on? Like, how can I like break this cycle that I'm going through? So it was a happy beat with a very deep meaning overall for that. Um, and you know, just sharing those type of experiences with other people and letting people know that other people go through it, letting them know they're not alone in their situation as well, and also trying to give a different outlet on how people can handle it themselves as well. And I feel like that's why that's how odds came to be, and that's why I feel like it was very important for me to really start an anti-bullying campaign, because it really means a lot to me. You know, like there have been like so many situations that like on the news, like I'll see like kids are like taking their own lives because of bullying and stuff like that, and it's like I've been there before. Like I've like you know like I've felt those type of emotions before, so it's like you know it was really important, and it's something I want to make sure that I connect my brand to, as well as mental health awareness and for Black men and against toxic masculinity and everything as well. So
Right.
it's very important to me.
Right. And we'll call him Kevin. We'll say fuck you, Kevin, and also we hope Kevin got some help because Kevin was also probably whatever.
Yeah,
could have been going through his own thing.
Exactly.
So
he probably was being bullied at home, and that's the whole thing. And like you were saying about Black mental health, definitely, especially for men, that's the whole thing. But changing focus just a little more up. A lot of artists have geared their focus into reality TV and hopes to make it into the industry, like artists like Cardi B and K. Michelle from Love and Hip Hop. Have you ever thought about doing reality TV, and why or why not would that be an option?
I have thought about it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like anything is possible. Like,
Are you filming?
I feel like if I'm
Right, but that's what it's giving.
Are you filming
in the works?
Yeah.
you know, I feel like anything is possible, you know? Like
Y'all, there's gonna be
He signed the NDA. He can't say too much. We got it.
Yeah.
you know, if I'm meant to be on reality TV, then it'll happen. And if I'm not meant, then it will not happen. But I just pray that the moment continue to follow me on every journey that I do encounter.
Eli, who you do your media training with? Matthew knows.
You said what?
Who did you do your media training with? Matthew knows, because it's giving media training.
I mean, I've studied different artists, but I do my own media training, honestly. And then like a lot of stuff that my mom will say. So, yeah.
Well, June 9th, 2023, you released your EP titled Enigma Body, with songs and singles like Boss and I Don't Care. Tell us about the EP and the meaning behind the title.
So, with the EP, I really wanted something that was fun. I feel like He Cried Pink was so story driven, and I really wanted to just be on stage and have fun. And I was in this transition period where I was like, you know, I don't necessarily feel the same way I did for the He Cried Pink songs when I was writing them. And it's like, I felt like I didn't have any songs that were coming out that were feeling more like me, like that would actually be, I wouldn't say excited to perform, but, you know, more inclined to perform because it's where I am at the moment. So I really wanted to have fun. I wanted to grow up a little bit. I wanted to try something different. Like I'm rapping a lot more on the EP. It charted on the hip hop charts at 69.
A wonderful number.
You said, oh, yeah, it is. But yeah, like I'm rapping on it, and I'm not a rapper, so that's a blessing in itself that I was able to do that.
You're a writer, so technically,
yeah.
All you do is speed it up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
In today's era and time, no shade, it don't take much. So,
oh Lord,
be quiet.
As long you're not saying your booty hole's brown and stuff like that, I think you're okay. Yeah.
Oh man, but it's popular. It gets people going.
Right.
I do like this Ski You song. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I love Sexy. I love Sexy Red.
Right. We like
It's
to
on
see
there.
it from afar. But so while people are watching you perform, what do you, I mean, you kind of said it a little bit, but what do you feel that you want to have people take away from your performances?
I want people to always remember the experience that they had with me. I always want people to leave feeling confident and happy because I just enjoy making people feel good. And if I can make people feel good by watching me perform and, just by what I'm doing, then that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm grateful to have a talent to do. But yeah, overall, I just want people, especially with the body era, because body essentially is, that confidence and, that gusto that people have, like everything that they're embodying out to people. So especially when I perform these songs, I really want people to just be confident, feel good about themselves, and, talk their shit and feel amazing.
Right. Love that.
Listen, we like talking our shit around here. But Eli, it was such a pleasure to have you on the show. What are you currently working on, and how can we reach out and stay updated with Eli Liberty?
Oh, so I actually am going to have a pre-order coming out on the 13th. It's a new remix, and I'm very excited to share. I'm not sharing too many details yet, but I know that the Moonbays will enjoy it, and hopefully everyone will love it and share it with all their friends and everything. And maybe we can get it viral on TikTok, and I'm excited. I'm excited about it. Very, very excited about it. I do have a couple of special projects in the works. Again, I'm just going to ask the Moonbays, pray that everything goes well. And yeah, I got new music on the way too, overall, that I'm working on. I started writing again. I haven't written in a very long time, so I'm very happy about that. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on right now. A boss video is coming. So yeah, we have a couple of things.
Well, listen, I'm an official Moonbay now because I definitely love a lot of your material and work. And you definitely have to come back again and join the show.
For sure. Thank y'all so much for having me. I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eli Liberty.
Yay.
Thank you, everybody. Follow me.